Stop right there. Do not scroll past this, Taurus. You didn't find this message by chance today. The algorithm didn't bring you here. The specific timing of your cycle did. I can see the sheer exhaustion you've been masking, that silent fatigue from holding everything together while waiting for a break that never seemed to come. But there is a massive shift happening right now, a sudden clearing of your path. And if you don't hear what the universe is about to reveal, you might accidentally close the door just as the reward arrives. I am talking about that heavy, exhausting tension in your jaw and shoulders, as if you've been bracing for an impact that never comes, holding up the sky for everyone else. For years you have been placing pure gold on one side of a cosmic scale, your patience, your unspoken sacrifices, your loyalty, while the other side remained frustratingly empty. You will understand why the wait felt so punishingly long. You will discover what this jackpot actually means for your spiritual and material path. You will learn the specific sign that confirms the universe is balancing your scales. You will see exactly what you must release to let this abundance finally land. And before this message closes, I will tell you one sentence about your life that you will carry for the coming months. Have you ever felt that heavy, exhausting tension in your jaw and shoulders, as if something inside you knows there is a hidden spiritual debt, but your mind still hasn't figured it out? And what if this endless loop of delays, blocks, and exhausting efforts isn't bad luck, but a sign that the universe is trying to reveal something profound about your Taurus journey? Because while many just see everyday problems, few realize that every heavy phase can carry a karmic lesson, an energetic clearing, and a spiritual answer that hasn't been understood yet. But what if the great turning point lies in this revelation that you still haven't been able to apply? Now think with me. Why do certain areas seem blocked even when I try to do everything right? What if every unreturned favor, every delayed promotion, every silent tear, every moment of feeling entirely alone in a crowded room, and this constant sensation of carrying more than your share are signs of a karmic debt that you postponed for far too long? It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. This book is not just a read, it is a revelation created for Taurus who desire to understand the spiritual patterns repeating in your life, break the cycles of guilt, attachment, scarcity, and fear, and strengthen your inner energy, and clearly see what the universe is trying to show you. Many Taurus already feel they need to change the way they view their blocks. But they still haven't made the decision to download the digital book. Download it right now. It is available in the first pinned comment. But beware. Access may be taken offline at any moment. It reveals reflections, hidden signs, and directions that can transform your path. Do not wait for another exhausting cycle to repeat before you seek understanding. Click now, download your copy, and discover why the heaviest burden of your life might be exactly the place where the universe is preparing your greatest liberation. If this very first word has already touched something inside you, type "I claim my reward" down below. Not for me, but because another Taurus who is exactly where you were a year ago needs this message to find them tonight. This path of clearing has a map, and it is already within your reach in the first pinned comment. I will return to it shortly. You are still processing this right now, feeling that tightness of recognition in your chest as the weight begins to make sense. And if for some reason you are not interested or cannot acquire the digital book right now, there is still another door open for you. I do not receive a single cent for any of these messages that I deliver here every day. Nothing at all. And yet, they keep coming out every day for you and for every Taurus who still needs to be reached. If at any moment your heart wishes to give back a little of what you received, there is a voluntary donation link open in the first pinned comment right below the book. Any amount that fits in your hand today, any amount that your heart points to, that is what keeps this channel standing. That is what makes the next message reach another Taurus tomorrow, exactly as it reached you today. I'll wait for you there, Taurus. I haven't even told you the most important part yet. There are 4 signs that this cycle has already started to turn, and you will recognize at least one. I want to slow things down for a moment. This isn't about astrology in the way you are used to hearing it, and this isn't about predicting the weather of your week. This is about reading the invisible ledger of your life. For so long, You have been operating on a frequency of sheer endurance, surviving on the scraps of energy left over, after you've made sure everyone else is stable. But the universe does not let a cosmic debt go unpaid forever. The scale is shifting. Notice how your body reacts to what I'm going to say right now. Pay attention if you feel that familiar urge to brace yourself, to put up a wall just in case this turns out to be another disappointment. That defense mechanism is exactly what this incoming wave is trying to bypass. There are 4 specific signs that this cycle has already started to turn, and you will recognize at least one. The first sign happened on a random evening, maybe a Tuesday, when you were staring blankly at a wall and a heavy sigh escaped your chest for absolutely no logical reason. You weren't even thinking about anything sad, but your whole body felt like it was deflating. That wasn't just physical fatigue. It was your energy recognizing that an old cycle was finally concluding. You called it being stuck. The universe called it the exact holding pattern needed to prepare your roots for a massive harvest. The second sign was that sudden, almost frantic urge you felt recently to throw away old papers and clear out physical space in your home. For some of you, this looked like obsessively scrubbing a room. For others, it was deleting old contacts from your phone in a sudden wave of detachment. That wasn't just cleaning. It was your soul making room for the tangible arrival of what you've been owed. You called it a series of unfair losses. The universe called it the final installments of a karmic debt you were clearing. The third sign was that strange moment in the car when you felt a sudden, inexplicable flash of hope about a situation you had already given up on. Your logical mind immediately tried to shut it down, but for a few seconds, the light broke through. That wasn't false optimism. It was the cosmic scale beginning to tip in your favor. You called it giving up on a dream. The universe called it emptying your hands so they could be ready to catch what is actually yours. And the fourth sign was the physical tension in your shoulders that suddenly dropped a few days ago, leaving you feeling strangely light for a few hours. That wasn't a coincidence. It was the invisible burden being lifted off your back as the heavy toll of your past was marked paid. You called it an endless weight. The universe called it the precise timing required for the scales to balance. These 4 signs have a common origin, and they all point toward a massive shift that has a name. But before I tell you that name, you need something else. There is a path of clearing, and I'm going to open it right now, before the name, before the word. Because whoever carries an ancient debt needs relief before receiving the revelation. Stay. And it is exactly here that the path of clearing opens. The signs that just hit you didn't hit you by chance, Taurus. We are talking about something much older than this current week or this current year. I am talking about that deep, bone-weary fatigue that sleep never cures, the physical toll of a soul that has been paying an invisible bill for years. You wake up exhausted because your spirit has been working the night shift, trying to balance an equation that never seems to add up. It feels as if you were destined to always be the one who gives the most and receives the least, watching others walk effortlessly through doors that you had to break down with your bare hands. And what if that deep exhaustion isn't a sign of failure, but the universe forcing you to pause so you can finally receive what is yours? What if the sudden urge to clear your space and the strange flashes of hope are the physical symptoms of a spiritual debt finally being marked paid? I've seen Taurus who were exactly where you are right now. I have watched them carry the weight of entire families, entire relationships and entire companies on their shoulders without ever asking for a single thank you. I have seen them reach that terrifying breaking point where they finally look up at the ceiling in the dark and ask the silent question, when is it going to be my turn? And I have seen what happens when the universe finally answers. The shift doesn't happen because they figure out how to work harder or suffer better. It happens because they finally understand the cosmic mathematics of their own journey. They realize that they haven't been falling behind at all. They have been accumulating a spiritual and material payout that was simply waiting for their foundation to be ready. Once they unlocked this understanding, the heavy doors that used to require so much force simply swung open on their own. The doors that slammed in your face, the people who took your light and left, the exhausting feeling of building a foundation that someone else gets to live on. All of this was recorded. None of it was lost in the dark. It was searching for answers to this that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. This is not a simple read or a collection of motivational phrases. It is the definitive map designed for you to understand the spiritual patterns repeating in your life, break the cycles of guilt, attachment, scarcity, and fear, strengthen your inner energy, and clearly see what the universe is trying to show you. You need this revelation now because there is a fundamental law governing your sign. The universe's ledger never forgets a single ounce of what you gave in silence, but it holds the payment until your foundation is strong enough to carry the weight of the full reward. And you must understand this immediately, because this cosmic window does not wait. The energy is shifting right now, and if you do not know how to anchor it, you might accidentally deflect the very thing you have been praying for. Because there is a severe and painful cost to ignoring this transition. Every day without this path is another day of carrying a heavy, exhausting armor that is no longer yours to wear, constantly confusing your new blessings with old burdens. Every week you delay is another massive cosmic opportunity that bounces off your defensive walls because you were too afraid to open your tired hands. Every month you refuse to understand this karmic clearing is another agonizing cycle where you give your pure gold away to people who will only ever give you stones in return. Do not let the old cycle drag you back into the mud just as the rain is washing it away. The digital book is in the first pinned comment. Download it right now while this word is still alive in you and step into the complete clearing of this debt that only this specific path maps out completely. You can feel the profound truth of this in your chest right now. A part of you is already exhaling a heavy breath you didn't even know you were holding. Think of the jeweler's cosmic scale we talked about earlier. For a decade, you have been placing the heavy, dense gold of your loyalty, your patience, and your unspoken sacrifices onto one side. You watched the other side remain empty for years, and you slowly convinced yourself that this was just how your life was going to be. You accepted the imbalance, but the cosmic counterweight is dropping now. The blinding golden light is hitting the empty side, and the violent metallic shift of that scale is what is causing all this sudden turbulence and emotion in your life right now. You are not losing control, Taurus. You are finally being elevated. You just need to unbuckle the invisible backpack and allow it to fall away completely. And as I told you earlier, Taurus, besides the digital book that is in the first pinned comment, there is that open voluntary donation link right below the book. I still do not receive a single cent for every message that goes out from here to you. That is why this link exists, so that another Taurus tomorrow finds exactly this message that found you today. Any amount that your heart points to. Every such gesture keeps our channel standing and makes the next message reach whoever needs it, exactly as it reached you today. What is arriving has a shape and it has a date. And now, with the path before you, the name descends. The sudden shift you're experiencing right now is not merely a stroke of luck. It is not a random coincidence that things are finally beginning to align for you, even if your logical mind tries to dismiss it as a fluke. This arrival has a specific title in the cosmic mathematics of your journey. It is called the Golden Ledger. And what is opening before you right now is a precise 14-day window for this ledger to finally balance its scales. For years, you believed that your silent sacrifices went unnoticed. You assumed that the extra hours, the unreturned favors, the emotional weight you carried for people who never even said thank you were simply lost in the void. You convinced yourself that you were just destined to be the strong one, the pillar that holds up the sky while everyone else gets to rest. But the Golden Ledger does not miss a single ounce. It is the flawless cosmic accounting of everything you have given, lost and paid for without reward. It records the invisible debts you paid in silence and the heavy burdens you carried for others when you were already exhausted yourself. You called it an endless weight. The universe called it the exact holding pattern needed to prepare your roots. It wasn't a punishment that your harvest was delayed, it was preparation. The universe's ledger never forgets a single ounce of what you gave in silence, but it holds the payment until your foundation is strong enough to carry the weight of the full reward. Now, that 14-day window of arrival is unlocking. You must understand this clearly because the window for this harvest is opening and you cannot afford to block it with old fears. You cannot afford the stubborn pride that makes you clench your fists and expect hardship even when a massive blessing is knocking at your door. Take a deep breath and consciously drop your shoulders right now. The toll road is ending. Think of the stonemason who spent years carving and carrying massive rocks up a steep hill. Day after day, he worked with bruised and bleeding hands while everyone else built fragile, easy wooden huts in the valley below. For a long time, it looked like the mason was just suffering unnecessarily, moving too slowly, breaking his back for absolutely nothing, while others seemed to race ahead with effortless ease. He watched them celebrate their quick victories and easy lives, while he was still digging the deep foundation in the dirt, questioning his own sanity. Why was his path so heavy, while theirs was so light? But when the great storm finally came, the fragile wooden huts were washed away in a matter of seconds, and only the stone house remained standing, becoming a permanent fortress for all who sought shelter. It is exactly where you are right now, Taurus. You weren't falling behind all these years. You were building something permanent that is now finally ready to shelter you. The delay was never a denial. It was the absolute architectural requirement for the sheer size of the blessing that the golden ledger was preparing to drop into your life. You have been placing pure gold on one side of the scale, your patience, your loyalty, your resilience. And now, the jeweler is finally dropping the counterweight on the other side all at once. I saw you staring at that wall in the dark, wondering if it would ever be your turn. I felt the heavy sigh you released when you thought no one was watching, and I kept the exact count of every tear you swallowed, just to keep the peace. You were never forgotten. The weight you carried was building the strength required for the harvest I am releasing to you right now. There is a man who carried this exact same heavy debt for years. He gave absolutely everything to a business and a family that never truly appreciated his sacrifices, always waiting silently for his stroke of luck to finally arrive. He walked with that same bone-weary fatigue you know so well, assuming he was just meant to be the one who sustains everyone else. He thought the universe had simply skipped over him, leaving him to carry the bags while everyone else enjoyed the journey. And then the cycle broke. What changed in him wasn't that he worked harder or complained louder. He finally understood how to stop holding onto the pain of the past, opening his tired hands to receive the massive cosmic payout that had been accumulating in his name. He stopped bracing for the impact of disappointment and allowed the 14-day window to deliver exactly what the golden ledger owed him. He realized that every door that had slammed shut in his face wasn't a punishment, but a cosmic redirection to keep him aligned for this exact payout. You are still processing this right now, feeling that tightness of recognition in your chest as the ancient armor begins to crack and the weight on your shoulders finally makes sense. The deepest truth is still ahead, and it has your name. Now that the cosmic scale is shifting and the invisible weight of your past is finally being named, you need to understand exactly who you became while you were carrying it. The revelation of this karmic debt isn't just about the massive blessing that is coming to you. It is about recognizing the monumental strength you forged in the dark while you waited. Because there are 3 specific identities that every Taurus who carries this debt has been forced to adopt, and you will see yourself vividly in at least one of them. First, there is the silent guardian, the one who protected everyone else's peace at the exact expense of their own. You built sturdy walls around the people you loved so they wouldn't feel the cold of the storm, secretly shivering in the freezing rain while they slept comfortably, too proud to ever admit you were freezing. Then there is the weary sower, the one who kept planting devotion, time, and pure loyalty in barren soil, desperately hoping that one day the earth would soften and finally give something back. Taurus carries the heavy load. Taurus sustains the foundation. Taurus does not ask for a lifeline even when they are drowning. And finally, there is the unpaid sentinel, the one who kept watch, managed the crises, and held the entire structure together while everyone else was allowed to be careless and rest. You convinced yourself that this endless hypervigilance was simply your natural personality, masking the quiet, exhausting heartbreak of wondering who was ever going to watch over you. But the cycle has broken, and you are no longer just the guardian, the sower, or the sentinel of other people's chaotic lives. You are the rightful inheritor of the permanent stone house you built in the valley. Notice your chest right now. Take a slow, deep breath and feel that sudden warmth expanding behind your ribs. That feeling has a name. It is the undeniable recognition of your own massive value finally catching up with your physical reality, crowning you not for your suffering, but for your enduring strength. But this powerful identity that was just declared over you needs to be actively sustained, because the Taurus who suddenly knows their own value without knowing how to protect their boundaries will inevitably go right back to carrying what is not theirs. To sustain this new identity, I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. It is available right now in the first pinned comment below. This is not just information. It is the exact map for anchoring this newly declared identity, so you never slip back into the shadows of the old exhausting cycle. The universe has finally tipped the scale in your favor, but you must know how to stand firmly on this new elevated ground without apologizing for your height. Do not wait for the old weight to return to try and sustain what was just spoken over you today. Go to the pinned comment, download your copy, and permanently secure the cosmic clearing you just received. I promised I would return to this, but before the harvest fully lands in your hands, you need to know exactly how the old cycle will try to trick you into giving it all back. Because it will try. I told you that before this massive harvest fully lands in your hands, you needed to know exactly how the old cycle will try to trick you into giving it all back. Because it will try, Taurus. The universe is handing you the keys to the stone house you built, but your own conditioned fear will try to convince you that you don't belong there. The debt has been paid, but the muscle memory of carrying that heavy load is still active in your nervous system. There are 3 specific tactics this old karmic debt will use against you in the coming days, and I'm going to give you 3 weapons to defeat them. The first tactic is the sudden whisper of imposter syndrome. It is that quiet, insidious voice that creeps in right when things are finally going your way, telling you, "This is too good to be true. It won't last." It tries to make you feel like you accidentally stumbled into a blessing you don't deserve. When you hear this, your weapon is simple. You must physically touch your chest, right over your heart, and say aloud, "I have already paid for this." Because you have. Every ounce of this reward was bought with your silent endurance. The second tactic is the overwhelming urge to immediately give your new blessing away to someone else who you think needs it more. It is that deeply ingrained habit of self-sacrifice, the instinct to immediately empty your own plate just to make sure a crowded room is fed. When this urge strikes, your weapon is physical. I want you to clench both of your fists tightly, then slowly release them, opening your palms, and say aloud, "My cup must overflow before I pour." You cannot sustain anyone else if you force yourself right back into the desert. The third tactic is the absolute fear of the old shoe dropping. It is that paralyzing sensation of waiting for the disaster that usually follows peace, anticipating the punishment for daring to actually be happy. When this familiar fear tries to paralyze your steps, your weapon is to clearly visualize a heavy iron door locking shut behind you and say aloud, "The old cycle is dead." These 3 weapons protect you from what I was able to show you today. But the cycle has more layers than can fit in one video. The spiritual mechanics of your journey run incredibly deep, and when the fear of losing everything flares up, when the old instinct to hide your joy kicks in, when the guilt of finally winning tries to tear you down, you will need more than just these 3 defenses. You will need the complete architecture of your liberation. It was to give you this exact architecture that I found this digital book called The Great Secret Behind the Karmic Debt of Taurus. It is available right now in the first pinned comment. This is the full map of release you need so this old fear doesn't trick you again. I am not rushing you. I am warning you. Do not wait for the next wave of doubt to hit before you open the map. The 14-day window is active right now, and the cosmic energy requires your absolute clarity to anchor this incoming abundance. Click the link in the pinned comment, download your copy, and fortify the walls of your mind before the old cycle tries to reclaim your peace. And now, I need you to stop learning for a moment and start feeling. I want you to drop your shoulders, right now. Unclench your jaw. Take a slow, deep breath, and close your eyes if you are in a place where you can. Let the exhaustion of the day of the year, of the entire decade, simply pause. You have been holding your breath for so long, waiting for the impact that you forgot how to simply exhale. Just for this moment, put down the armor. Breathe out. You don't need to protect anyone right now. You don't need to sustain the foundation. You are safe in this space. I want you to connect with that heavy, dense ache in your lower back, the physical weight of years of silent effort and unspoken sacrifices. Don't fight it, just acknowledge it. Now, visualize a giant brass scale right in front of you, the cosmic scale of the jeweler we spoke about. Look at the side holding your burdens. It is so incredibly heavy, completely touching the ground, packed with the pure gold of your patience and loyalty. The other side is frustratingly empty, but suddenly a blinding golden light drops straight onto the empty side. Listen closely. Hear the heavy metallic clank as the scale violently shifts, leveling out, lifting your side up into the air. Feel a rush of warmth traveling up your spine. Feel your chest physically expanding as that invisible, suffocating backpack is finally unbuckled and simply falls away from your shoulders. You can feel the lightness now, and it is time to let it go. Release the guilt for finally wanting something for yourself. Release the fear that this piece will be suddenly taken away from you. Release the invisible debt that was never actually yours to pay. Release the frantic rush to build and allow yourself to simply inhabit the permanent stone house you have already created. The toll road has ended. With your hands empty and open, it is time to claim who you are in this new cycle. You are no longer the silent guardian who freezes in the rain to keep others warm. You are the protector of your own sacred peace. You are no longer the weary sower planting loyalty in barren dirt. You are the gatherer of a massive, undeniable harvest. You are no longer the unpaid sentinel keeping watch while everyone else sleeps. You are the rightful inheritor of the clearing that has just been opened for you. You are still processing this right now, feeling that tightness of recognition in your chest as the weight begins to make sense. Before we seal this, write down below the name of someone you are carrying through this crossing, or if it is just for you, write in one sentence what you are waiting for the universe to return to you. I will read it, and you will not write this alone. Do not release this energy just yet. We are not done. Stay with me. Let the stone house you have built be forever protected from the storms. Let the silent effort you have poured into barren soil finally be sealed as a permanent foundation. And let the massive harvest that is arriving right now be entirely yours to hold. I know the exact weight of the sky you have been holding up for everyone else, feeling the relentless tension in your jaw and shoulders while waiting for a relief that seemed like it would never come. You believed those endless loops of delays and unreturned favors were a sign that you were destined to just survive on scraps, but I was simply holding back the rain until your roots were deep enough to absorb the flood. I saw you staring at that wall in the dark, wondering if it would ever be your turn. I watched you wipe away those silent tears, feeling entirely alone in a crowded room, assuming that you were meant to just be the pillar for everyone else's life. But I never missed a single ounce of what you gave in the dark, and I never ignored the heavy toll you paid to keep the peace when your own heart was breaking. The doors I closed were not punishments to keep you locked out. They were iron shields meant to protect you from spaces that would have drained the very energy you need for what is arriving now. Every delayed promotion, every favor that was never returned, every moment you felt you were carrying far more than your share, all of it was being carefully weighed on a scale that only I could see. You were paying an invisible debt for a cycle you didn't even know you were trapped in, buying your own freedom with every act of quiet endurance. And now, the scale is finally tipping in your favor, bringing forth a tangible reward that matches the exact magnitude of what you endured in silence. The payment is descending into your life right now, and the only thing left for you to do is to finally open your tired hands and allow yourself to receive what has always been yours. The whisper of imposter syndrome that speaks with your own voice, it ends right here. The frantic urge to immediately empty your overflowing cup for others, it ends right here. The paralyzing fear of the old shoe dropping just as you find peace, it ends right here. Taurus is never late. Taurus is not behind anyone. Taurus arrives right on time. Don't let go yet. The universe has just told you I saw you staring at that wall in the dark, wondering if it would ever be your turn. And that is exactly why I need to remind you of one thing before sealing. What was unlocked here today is profound and real, but by tomorrow morning, the mundane routine will try to convince you that absolutely nothing has changed. Your body will naturally try to put that ancient heavy armor right back on, instinctively bracing for an impact out of pure muscle memory. You will need a constant, daily anchor to sustain this powerful identity, so you never slip back into the shadows of the old exhausting cycle. It is for this exact reason that you must secure your copy of the great secret behind the karmic debt of Taurus. It is available right now in the first pinned comment. This digital book is the essential companion you need to keep your hands open and your boundaries firm, sustaining what was unlocked in this crossing, so the blessing doesn't slip through your fingers tomorrow. It will show you how to navigate the 14-day window without letting your old defenses block the massive arrival of what you are owed. Do not wait for tomorrow to test the freedom you just claimed today. Go to the pinned comment right now, download your guide, and make sure that this cosmic clearing becomes your permanent reality. There are thousands of Taurus listening to this right now, feeling the exact same shift in their chest, sitting in the very same silence as you. You are not walking this path alone anymore. If this voice found you today, subscribe to the channel, not for numbers, but because the next message in this series will look exactly for those who have already crossed this first one. In the next video of this series, I am going to show you the exact physical sign that appears 48 hours before the cosmic ledger balances, and why almost every Taurus misinterprets it as a warning. Do not miss it. And still in this video, Taurus, before I seal this hour with you, I come back one last time to this request. You have walked with me this far. You have crossed every word, every revelation, every sign. And if at any moment of this message you felt the universe touch you, you know this video was not an accident. The voluntary donation link remains open in the first pinned comment right below the digital book. Not as a charge, not as an exchange, but as a giving back from the one who received to the source this message came from. Any amount your heart points to, and the universe sees every gesture. The universe sees, and the universe multiplies over your home, over your days, over what you don't even know is about to arrive. This was my last request. I'll be waiting for you there. Thank you so much. When the old weight tries to return and convince you to shrink, remember that your answer has a name, the great secret of the karmic debt, and it is already within your reach. The jeweler's scale has finally leveled out, dropping the pure gold of your harvest straight into your life. And the permanent stone house you built is now ready to shelter you forever. Now you can let go. This message is complete. What was seen was seen. What was settled was settled. Walk light, Taurus.